Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on gold. As usual, if you like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As per my last picture analysis, we know that gold has been trading inside this small wedge pattern, and as mentioned, as we approach the upper area, it would be the intersection of the upper red trend line and this resistance zone, a horizontal one, as we can see in blue. We'll be looking for sell setups. But for this video, let's take it from a shorter term perspective. We are trading inside this wedge pattern, approaching the upper area, but meanwhile, we are overall bullish, making higher lows and higher highs. If we zoom into H1 time frame, we can see that we have been lately trading inside the swatch pattern as we mentioned, and the bulls took over here, we traded higher, the bears took over here, traded lower, bulls took over, bears took over, and currently or lately the bulls took over by breaking above this area. So it would have been a good buy opportunity to look for a buy here. The stop loss would have been below the previous low, and of course, we target a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. So now we are speculating a bullish movement, a slight bullish movement inside this big wedge pattern. Bulls took over here previously, bears took over here for a correction, and then the bulls took over again, bears took over previously, and so on. You've got the idea, right? So now, as mentioned from daily, and to add on for this idea that we are bullish approaching the zone, and as you saw from daily time frame, I have a big zone in purple right there, intersection of the upper trend line and the resistance zone. So as we approach the zone, we'll be looking for a sell setup just like here and here previously. Meanwhile, we are slightly bullish, expecting a bullish gold, unless of course we finally break below this wedge pattern, which we can see even better from H4 time frame. If we break it down below these lows, in this case on the retest, we can look for a sell setup. And of course, we'll be looking for buy stops here, right? So I'm trying to cover as many possible scenarios. For now, long story short, we are bullish, expecting a bullish movement. We have a minor supply right there. We can see it better from H1. If we trade higher, we'll be looking for a sell here. If we break it downward, we'll be looking for a sell here. If we trade lower, we'll be looking for a buy around this area. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, Euro GBP has been overall bullish, making higher lows and higher highs, trading inside this rising broadening wedge, and we are currently or lately stuck inside this range, a horizontal one between this resistance and this support. We've got multiple rejections from, and we are currently approaching the upper bound, which is acting as a resistance obviously. So we'll be looking for the setup, speculating that the bears would take over around the resistance, of course, unless it's broken upward, because we are bullish from a long-term perspective, right? But from a medium-term perspective, we are inside this range. So if we break this resistance upward, in this case, a movement, another impulse movement, just like previously, would be expected, and we'll be looking for buy stops on the retest of this resistance turn support. But for now, it's still acting as a resistance, so let's take it step by step and zoom into lower time frames to look for sell setups. Previously, the bulls took over by rejecting the support, and then the bears took over, and then the bulls took over again, and now we are approaching this resistance. So as mentioned from weekly, approaching this resistance zone, we'll be looking for sell setups. For now, the last major low is around this area. As you can see, USGBP is making higher lows and higher highs, right? And the impulse movements are getting smaller in size, at least for now. So a big impulse, a smaller impulse, and we might be seeing also a smaller impulse movement, or maybe a head and shoulders pattern. For example, this would be our head, and then the right shoulder would be formed like this, and it would be this classic basic pattern, and the bears would take over if we break below the neckline, covering then the entire structure. or we might be going flat, like a rising flat channel, and then breaks it downward by breaking the previous low. So long story short, approaching a resistance, we are looking for sell setups because price can still dive inside the zone before trading lower, or even take it upward for it to become a support, and then buy, look for a buy on its retest. But for now, we are looking for setups. That's our last low for the bears to take over. We need to see a break below it, or wait for new lows to form and then sell on its break downwards. That's it for your GBP. Best of luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.